grew up in Canton, Illinois. Very early on, every weekend, every summer, we went to visit my father. I was on his lap. I was a daddy's girl. That was the space and the place for me. My father had married a woman and she had 4 kids. There was a lot of kids in the house. So we slept on pallets, we slept on pull-out couches. I was laying on a pull-out couch very close to the next person. My second oldest stepbrother, he molested me. I didn't reach, I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything. What I understood was, had I said something, we wouldn't be able to go there anymore. I loved going to my father's house, and so for a young mind, the thought of abandonment, the thought of fear and rejection, there was no way that I was gonna verbalize anything that happened to me. You say, I'm gonna handle this all on my own. I know what to do. Just keep my mouth shut. That type of trauma, it was the door opening. Smoking weed became an everyday thing. From 13 to 21, I had been to every bar you could be to before you turned 21. Crack and weed was my drug of choice. I tried heroin a couple of times and, I drank a couple of times, but primarily I smoked crack every day, all day. So drinking and smoking and medicating yourself, that was just the lifestyle. That's the way we lived. By then, you had developed a community and an environment that supported, expected, and looked exactly like you. You had no idea you were in a different world. I formulated a lifestyle on the street. I got arrested and my crimes were petty because it was prostitution. I had been in every penitentiary in every state that I had lived in. I don't care if I was locked up for 4 months, I came back out and I still wanted to use. I don't care if I was locked up for 6 months, I came back out and I still wanted to use. What got me into recovery was desperation. It wasn't a choice. It was life and death. By the time I got into recovery, I was 38 years old. I have 16 years in recovery. It's an accomplishment in the world of recovery to be accepted by the next step. They asked me what I needed, and it was just an easy transition to go back to school. They paid for school. I got my associates in general transfer studies from the support of the next step. My 9 to 5 is I'm a med tech. I work with geriatric mental health. I specialize in wound care and hospice palliative care. And so I haven't been back to school in a while, but I reached out to the next step again. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't comfortable in approaching the next step this time because I had a job. I am now the co-owner of Restorative Justice Movement Center. And I wasn't trying to pool no funds from anyone that needed it like I needed it the first time. I reached out to them based on suggestions from my sponsorship family and from other people. And because of the next step, I'm going back to school in the fall and I'll be attending UMSL and I'm pursuing a bachelor's in psychology. I am an alumni of the next step and I'm also a Curtin student. So if I can do it, you can do it as well.